Welcome to day 4 of the English Speaking Success Challenge. This simple 5-day challenge is designed to help you know how to move forward with your English, understanding what you need to do to have greater English speaking confidence. In day 1, we talked about English immersion, and then day 2 was focused on the CALM framework for speaking success. Day 3 was about the importance of a growth mindset. And now, day 4, we are going to talk about effective goal setting. Let's jump right in. Why is goal setting so important? Well, as they say, a goal without a plan is just a wish. It's all very good to generally want to improve your English, but unless you're very clear and intentional about how you're going to do that, chances are time will pass and not much will change. There's a study by Dr. Gail Matthews from Dominican University, and that study found that you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down. So today I'm talking about effective goal setting, and that's my first tip, is that you need to write your goals on a piece of paper. Or you could write it, on a Google Doc or do it digitally, but ideally I feel on a piece of paper. You need to write it down, you need to review it, and that will help you to actually make that goal a reality. Now, this is not rocket science. Write your goals on a piece of paper is kind of obvious, right? That's an obvious tip for me to give you. But actually following through, that's where the real magic is. So that's why in Leap we have a goal setting workshop at the end of every month, and we spend some time reviewing what we've achieved in the past month. We spend some time actually writing down our goals and then talking about them, what we will achieve in the month coming up, and having a community of people who are focused on really following through on these important goal setting steps can be really, really empowering. You can't improve what you don't measure. So it's really important that you've got your goals written down so you can check in with yourself and see, have I actually been achieving this? And adjust accordingly. Another thing that we talk about in our goal setting workshop each month in Leap is this idea of SMART goals. You want to make sure that your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. This is part of making your goals as clear as possible so that you know whether you've achieved them. So, for example, if I said, I want to get better at speaking English, that's not a very clear goal. It'll be hard for me to understand, if I have achieved that, versus if I work through the SMART goal steps and think about, okay, let's break that down and make it specific. So, specifically, what do I want to do that will help me feel that I am better at speaking? So, it might be something like, I specifically want to be able to speak up at my work meetings where I need to speak in English. Okay, well, how will I track whether I am doing that? I want to make it measurable. So I'll say to myself, okay, I've got 2 meetings a week. I need to make sure that I've said at least one thing in each meeting. And I'm going to take a note of that and see if I've done that. Okay, attainable. How will I do it? Does that feel attainable to me? Yes. I know that I can speak up at least once. Is this relevant to my life? Absolutely. I need to start getting my voice into the room more. I need to talk about all the things that I'm doing and make sure that I have a presence in my team, and this is relevant to me. Okay, timely. I'm going to set myself a time of a month to review if I can make sure that I speak up at each meeting for a month. And then at the end of the month, I will review it. So, do you see how that's much more effective than just saying, I want to feel better at speaking English? You have a really, really clear goal, and you have a way that you can check in with yourself as to whether you have achieved that goal. So, it is important to write your goals down so that you actually have more chance of achieving them. It is important to make sure that your goals are really organized and specific, but the most effective thing that you can do in goal setting is to make sure that you start with your vision and your values. And I'll explain why. There is nothing more disappointing than actually achieving a goal and then realizing that in the moment of success, you don't actually feel happy or satisfied. That can happen if you don't first think about your vision and your values. And there's nothing worse in terms of, you know, creating and achieving goals. There's nothing worse than actually having success and still not feeling happy. So I would love for you to be able to avoid that, to sidestep that. And so I would invite you to consider that the first step for really creating effective goals is to think about your vision. What do you want to feel as you successfully use your English? As well as what do you want to be able to do? So what do you want to feel? Do you want to feel empowered or happy or um, excited about life? What is the feeling that ideally you would like to experience? And step into that vision of the future you where you are feeling that, you're experiencing that. So imagine yourself in a meeting, speaking up. How do you feel? Well, I feel empowered. I feel like I can apply for a promotion because I have a greater vision of myself as a leader. That's how I want to feel. Okay, well, that's powerful. That's your vision. You also want to make sure that your goals that you set are aligned with your values. So think about, what are your values that determine your priorities in life? If you are, setting a goal of speaking up because you want to show your coworker that you're as good as them, that's not going to make you feel wonderful when you achieve that goal, because that's not really a core value in your life. But if you think, oh my gosh, I want to be able to speak up so that I can apply for a leadership position, because one of my core values is um, leading people and helping community and being of service in life. And I feel most successful when I am serving others and leading others. Well, then when you speak up at work, you absolutely will feel enlivened and excited to achieve your goal, because it fits with a core value that you have in your life. So, my most important tip is to think about what goals fit with your vision and your values. And then think about how you can make sure they are SMART goals, and then write them down and achieve them. Okay, your speaking task for today, I invite you to record yourself speaking for between 1 to 3 minutes and to speak about this. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? And just to be clear, a takeaway in this context is the main thing that you learned, you will remember, or that you feel you need to take action on. So describe what really jumped out to you as important from this video. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks, and I'll see you in the last video for our day 5 tomorrow.